12th of Gautha, 102, First Era of the Age of Song, Fortress of Novkira the Mage. They sent 6 of us through the door to clear the first few chambers of the infernal fortress. Magus Hele created the 6 of us for this very purpose. Bulwarks, mutated and forged to tear Novkira's fortress apart so that the Magus can claim whatever magical secrets are hidden here. For the life of me I can't remember who I was before he found me. I was once a coast elf. Now I am a bulwark, clad in steel, painted in runes, imbued with magic from my head to my feet. The first 3 rooms stood no chance. My siblings in arms and I killed constructs, monsters. I tore the leg from a chimeric beast and listened as its mortal life ended in screams and fear. We slaughtered everything between the front gate and the room where we now sit. When I removed my helmet, I could barely see the runes carved into its surface under the layers of blood, ash, and conquest that we had met here in the eternal, curving fortress of the insane mage. And in the blood I wept. One of us fell 2 rooms back. Magus Hele will likely leave his corpse there, removing his armor to use for the next mutant soldier. Under the blood that paints me, am I still redeemable? I have become a creature of pure death. Warfare and destruction is all that is clear to me now. Not my own name, not my nation. Just that I am to do as Magus Hele says. I am to kill. I do not know if I were once religious, but if I was, I would ask if upon my death, may even mutants such as I pass on to a glorious afterlife, or am I damned to an end of flame and misery? "20th of Gautha, 102 First Era of the Age of Song, Fortress of Novkira the Mage. Bound in nearly unbreakable steel, my twisted body has proven hard to break. There was a dragon in this fortress. It failed to bring me down. Its claws couldn't penetrate my armor, and my own strength repelled its best attempts to swipe at me. However, I am not invulnerable. 3 more bulwarks fell on today's push. Brothers and sisters burned to death, ripped apart, crushed. The bulwark is the mage's greatest weapon, yet we still die. 2 of us remain. This fortress is a maze of traps, infested with monsters of all sorts, filled with others who had the same idea as Master Hele. Steal all they could from this tomb built by a dangerous man hundreds of years past. I have killed bulwarks in this place. I have killed mages in this place. I have not removed my armor since my mutation. I think my name was once Galehat. Or perhaps I just want to hold on to any name, any semblance of humanity. This place could easily claim me. It would be a shame to die nameless. Another lore master's weapon discarded when the blade finally dulled. Despite fighting for 8 days, only resting for brief periods, we are only just past the entrance. This fortress is massive. Nation-sized. Every room is filled with beasts, looters, traps, and the bones of those who came before us. Magus Hele has insisted on following us into the next few chambers. He wasn't expecting so many of his mutant soldiers to fall so easily. He thinks his magic will aid us in getting to the central tower. I have not seen the sun in 8 days. We will not be leaving this place. "29th of Gautha, 102, First Era of the Age of Song, Fortress of Novkira the Mage. I lay outside the fortress. A Typizel had taken up residence in one of the chambers, and it slaughtered us. The other bulwark didn't even have time to react before its snake-like mouth had latched to her leg and tore it clean off. If the bleeding didn't kill her, the poison would have. Megashile and I tried to fight. It was too fast to be hit by manipulated fire, and I couldn't even break its skin with my enchanted axe. It was over in a moment. When the Typizel realized it couldn't kill me quickly, it changed focus. It tore Megashile apart. I have never experienced such pain, a psychic tearing at my very soul. The beast that held my chains had been slain, and my soul recoiled at his loss, as though whatever he did to my body and mind was something I owed him for, as though I cared for the man. I did not die, though it felt like my body wanted to. Perhaps my hatred for the Magus spared me. My fury was stronger than his manufactured sorrow. Perhaps he made me incorrectly. As soon as my mind returned to me, I ran. My heart hurts. The mage's curse trying to kill me still. The little magic of his venomous emotions trying to fulfill his last wish. He made me promise service. The poison of such an abusive oath, threatening to tear me to pieces should I fail to do one last thing. It wants me to die. I'm laying in the snow. I refuse to die. I owe this monster nothing. "10th of Harveste, 125, First Era of the Age of Song, Kingdom of Zerwood. I have made myself useful to the people of this kingdom for 23 years. If a monster needs killed, I kill. If an army needs fought, I fight. My armor is nearly destroyed from years of use with no repair. Half of the imbuements and runes are entirely gone. It is dusty, ancient steel, no longer magic, only drenched in sin and violence. I have wondered since Megashile was killed, and the pain in my heart has faded. His last curse will not kill me, but I often wish it did. I must kill. The people of this kingdom see me as another monster unless I am a monster on their side of the board. I am a demon made by foul magics and therefore must be burned as a creation of the darkest of arts, unless I repel invading forces. There is no mortal man that can stop me. My axe tears through their armor. Their blades cannot break mine. I am death on the battlefield, drenched in blood, heaving and triumphant, sorrowful and exhausted. I watch the rain fall here in the eastern forests, and I watch the leaves change from verdant to crimson every year, and only find peace in the changing of the leaves. My body has not aged, only gotten more scarred. It's possible I can no longer die, only to fall in battle. However, I don't want to fight anymore. I was created as an axe and a wall of armor, the blade and shield of a lunatic coward who had no shame in burning all I was to develop a new weapon to use how he pleased. A little girl in town gave me a flower crown. I hung it on my pauldron. She asked how I got so big, and I told her I did as my parents asked, and by being such a good child the gods gifted me with strength. She was the first person in a very long time to treat me as anything other than monstrous. Something has to change. Fourth of Deceased, 178. First era of the Age of Song, Avedonian Dragon Peaks. The people of the village came to burn my home. Though I had raised my axe in their defence 100 times over, I suppose much is forgotten in 50 years. They came to burn the magical heretic who had done so much for them. I chose not to fight. I left. Marching through the snow alone, hauling my destroyed armour, feeling the cold burn my cheeks and eyes, a thought occurred to me. Why do I carry my armour along? Why bear the sins of this steel any longer? I am tired of fighting. I am tired of death. I threw the magical plates into the river. My axe sunk into a nearby tree to rot forever. The armour is no longer enchanted. The axe hungers for blood, but I do not. Perhaps I have seen myself wrong. I am a bulwark now and forever, but to carry the burden of a title I did not choose. To carry the chains of enslavement that were clasped onto me while I slept. It is foolish to accept this weight as mandatory. I will start a new life here. Avedonia. No kings rule this place. Few masters claim this land. Most just want to be left alone. I don't fear dragons. I don't fear the wild witches. I am here to find peace, and if that is death, then so be it. I will never again raise my fists in my defense. I will never kill again. A piece of my putrid soul demands I go find a war to fight. A bulwark's purpose is to war and destroy. But I am no longer a bulwark. I am Galehat, giant man. And I will find my own purpose here. No more death. No more violence. Only rest. First of Market, 200, second era of the Age of Song, Primales Monastery. I am now over a century old. Most bulwarks do not live nearly as long as I. Where their days are filled with sorrow, violence, and orders, my days are now filled with books. When I found the Primales Monastery, the monks took me in without question. Here at the end of the world, in the ice and wind, they gave me a home, clothes, food. They allowed me to do as I pleased, taught me of the dragons they worship, the role dragons serve in the natural order. I to them was but another pilgrim. Soon they taught me to care for the great beasts, how to let my spirit rest so that the dragon would not see me as a threat but as a friend. They taught me to forgive myself for the violence I have done in the hands of another. They have taught me to heal from the hatred of Megis Hele who made me. My heart no longer hurts. No longer does my mind wander to the battlefield. When my dreams become violent and I awaken in a sweat, there is always a fellow monk to sit beside me, to listen, to bring me back to peace. I have become head librarian. I suppose if I am to live for another century or more, my mind would be useful in organizing the books. I will begin reading every book in this great library. I will continue to be better. I will be Galahad. I am no longer a bulwark. A bulwark is a creature of war, and I am a librarian. I hold it on good authority that librarians are often peaceful creatures. And it is hard to be anything but peaceful as I read my books, sip my tea, and coddle a freshly hatched dragon in my arms. I am finally free.
Lorelei Vistas is a companion story to Legends of Lorelei, produced by Livewire Stories. This show is written and produced by Gwen Fullman. The music you heard in this episode was composed by Gwen Fullman and produced by Calamity Alex on YouTube and Spotify. The narrator for this episode was played by Gwen Fullman. If you enjoyed this episode and want to hear more, please consider subscribing to our Patreon at Livewire Multimedia Stories to receive episodes a week early for only $2 a month. Check out our website at livewiretabletop.wixsite.com/livewire. Subscribe to us on YouTube, or join our Discord in the description below. The best way you can support us is by showing this to a friend. Thank you. And a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible.